Comfort doesn't look dangerous. That's why it works. It teaches you to shrink quietly. You don't even notice it at first. The life gets smaller. The arguments get safer. The days get predictable. You tell yourself that's maturity. That's wisdom. It isn't. It's contraction. And contraction feels reasonable. That's the trap. You already know this. You feel it at night, when the house is quiet, when your mind wanders back to the place you left. Not randomly. Nothing about this is random. The pull has rhythm. The timing has weight. You think it's nostalgia. It's not nostalgia. It's identity. And identity doesn't go quiet just because you've gotten practical. I've been here longer than you've been listening, not interfering, just watching. Watching you build a life that functions but doesn't fully fit. Watching you steady everyone else while ignoring your own current. You're not confused. You're resisting expansion. There's a difference. Resistance gets louder the closer you are to movement. Don't shrink. I know you understand what I'm saying. Shrinking feels safe until it becomes permanent. And permanent is harder to undo than relocation ever was. Stay with me. This part matters. Enter 369 to show me that you agree. You've built something stable, functional, respectable. But stable isn't the same as aligned. Alignment has tension in it. It stretches you. It asks more. And you don't like being stretched. Not at this stage. Not when things are finally calm. But calm is not the same thing as fulfilled. You know that. If this were just a whim, it would have faded by now. It didn't. It keeps returning. Different angles. Same pull. Same calling. Same mission. The land of your roots isn't calling you because it's pretty. It's calling you because it's yours. Home carries imprint. Blood carries memory. You don't outgrow that. You can ignore it. You can delay it. You can intellectualize it. But you can't erase it. Not without cost. You feel that cost already. That subtle tightening. That restlessness. You call it anxiety. It's activation. There's a difference. Anxiety scatters you. Activation sharpens you. Pay attention to which one this is. You're sharper lately. More aware. More impatient with small talk. That's not instability. That's growth pushing against walls. Don't shrink. You've done enough of that. Enter 693 if you agree. You've heard the reassurance already. Good. You needed the soft version. You've heard the strategic version too. Zoom out. Run the model. Now you're hearing the stripped down version. No perfume, no padding. You're being repositioned, and repositioning feels unstable before it feels right. You keep treating this like relocation. It's not relocation, it's return. And return hits differently because it touches origin. This isn't about scenery, it's about structure. Ancestral inheritance isn't a check. It isn't paperwork. It isn't luck. It's alignment. It's memory. It's reinforcement. You don't just inherit money, you inherit positioning. When you stand where your people stood, your nervous system recognizes something. Your body relaxes, your posture shifts, your voice steadies, your heart strengthens. That isn't imagination, that's coherence. You've felt it before, even in brief visits, even in passing. That quiet click, like something inside you stopped arguing. That's ancestral inheritance. Not sentimental, structural. That's fundamental. And structure changes decisions. It removes doubt. It sharpens direction. You think you need more confidence. You need reinforcement. Family isn't weakness, it's infrastructure. When you're surrounded by family who know who you are, you move differently, you risk differently, you serve differently, and you are built to serve, not theatrically, not loudly, but steadily, consistently, intentionally. Aquarius doesn't hoard, it pours. Now let's talk about the thing you pretend is the only obstacle: money. You think if the funding were guaranteed, you'd move tomorrow. Maybe. Or maybe you'd find a new excuse, a new reason to wait. Because this isn't about money, it's about control. You want certainty before you commit, but certainty doesn't come first. Committing does. Provision waits for commitment. Stay with me. Money follows alignment, not the other way around. Enter 936 if you agree. When you finally step into what was always waiting for you, energy shifts. Introductions happen. Doors open. Opportunities adjust. Not magically, not theatrically, but predictably, because some things are preordained, not in a fantasy sense, in a structural sense. You were shaped by certain pressures, certain losses, certain lessons. That shaping wasn't random, it was positioning you. You think all of that was preparation for retirement? No, 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 no. It was preparation for the return, for your mission. Inheritance waits for commitment, not the other way around. I learned that the hard way. You hesitate, you analyze, you try to outthink risk. Risk doesn't disappear because you analyze it. It waits. Risk sometimes grows while you're pretending to be careful. You think this move is dangerous. Staying put can be worse. Staying can calcify potential. Slowly, quietly. You won't feel it all at once. That's what makes it dangerous. You'll just keep feeling smaller, incrementally. And you'll call that maturity. You'll call that wisdom. But deep down, you'll know you chose fear. Ancestral inheritance isn't activated by observation. It responds to action. You don't inherit reinforcement while standing still. You inherit it when you step into courage. And alignment requires exposure. Exposure requires courage. You already have the courage. You just don't trust it yet. You feel that, don't you? Enter 369 if you feel it. You know this isn't random. You know the timing isn't accidental. Some things are fated, not mystical, structural. Certain paths bend toward you no matter how long you stall. And eventually, stalling costs more than moving. Some things are fated. Not because the sky declares it, because the pattern repeats. You can delay it. You can debate it. You can dress it up as caution. But the pull doesn't disappear. It waits, and eventually, the cost of waiting outweighs the risk of moving. You're not being asked to leap blindly. You're being asked to begin. The first step is the hardest, not the second, not the third. The first step threatens your current identity. That's why it resists. After that, momentum handles the rest. You think relocation is the risk. No, no, no. No. Stagnation is the risk. You've been strong for so long. Always the steady one. Always the stabilizer. And you think no one notices the weight of that. You don't do it for praise. You do it because it's who you are. You carry people quietly, without announcement. And you're tired, not weak. Tired. Yeah, I see that. Anyway, that strength wasn't given to you to disappear. It was forged for expansion. You don't return to your ancestral ground to retreat. You return to grow. Family isn't dependence. It's a base infrastructure. When you're surrounded by family who remember your true self, then you don't doubt as easily. You don't overthink every move. You move from center. That's what ancestral inheritance does. It stabilizes identity, and true identity reduces fear, not eliminates it, reduces it. You've been trying to eliminate fear. That is not the goal. The goal is movement, despite the fear. You don't need to feel ready. You just need to begin. The first step is the one that argues. The rest follow momentum. You think this is a leap. It is not. It's a brave shift, a shift toward what was always yours. You don't need to feel ready. You need to begin. Readiness is just a sensation. Beginning is a firm decision. You've been waiting for the sensation. That's why you're stalled. That's why you've waited. The first step won't feel comfortable. It will feel exposed. Exposure isn't weakness. It's expansion. You've mistaken discomfort for danger. They are not the same. You can move while uncertain. You've done harder things than this. You've survived loss. You've rebuilt from scratch. You've carried people. And you're telling me relocation is the threat? No, 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 no. Shrinking is the threat. Don't shrink. Type 693 to show me you agree. Ancestral inheritance isn't activated by comfort. It's activated by courage, not dramatic courage, not reckless courage, measured courage. The kind that takes one step even when the room is quiet. You don't need applause. You need alignment. You don't need permission. You need commitment. Some things were set in motion long before you noticed. Certain paths bend toward you, whether you cooperate or not. Cooperation makes it smoother. Resistance makes it heavier. You've resisted long enough. Stay with me. This is the pivot. You're not late. You've ripened. Your age isn't decline. It's compression of clarity. You're clearer now than you've ever been. That's not coincidence. You know what matters. You know what doesn't. You know where you're called, even if you won't say it out loud. You feel that pull. It's not random. It's fated, not mystical, structural. You were shaped for this coming stage, not the previous ones. Return isn't retreat. It's reinforcement. Family fortifies you. Land steadies you. Identity sharpens you. And once you're fortified, service becomes natural. You won't have to chase impact. It will follow alignment. Money follows alignment too. I told you that already. I learned it the hard way. You don't have to. You don't need to feel ready. You just need to begin. Enter 936 to show me that you agree. The first step resists. The rest respond. Go to your return. Go home. Not to escape, to expand. Stand where your blood remembers you. Let it stabilize you. Let ancestral inheritance reinforce you. Let the momentum build within you. Don't shrink. Now move.